Well, there's one thing for sure, Larry, the 19,000 that this place seats, and I don't see many empty seats. They've turned out to support their hometown, Terrence Bud Crawford. And the chants go up for Crawford. There's a great electricity in the crowd here. It's wonderful. The atmosphere is terrific. Gino Rodriguez from Chicago, Illinois, very experienced referee. Third man in the ring, scheduled for 12, WBO Lightweight Championship. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, along with Larry Merchant, and Christina Poncher is with us. And hope wherever you're watching around the world, you're going to enjoy this one. Here we go, round one, 135-pound championship of the world.
First jab by Crawford.
We got the word that the attendance is 10,943, so they turned out en masse in this arena to see him.
That's about 1,000 more than saw Joe Frazier.
Fight Ron Standard.
Right, Ron Standard.
For the heavyweight championship of the world some 42 years ago. Crawford, of course, in the black trunks. Cuban fighter Yurikis Gamboa, living in Miami, wearing the colors of the Cuban flag. Crawford's jab is caught Gamboa off balance as Gamboa was getting ready to load up a shot.
Gamboa is showing already that he knows he's going to have to take some chances. That he's just not going to be able to outbox Crawford from outside.
2 minutes gone in round one. Not much has landed. Not much difference between the two fighters so far. If I had to guess, I'd say that Crawford has landed more blows than has Gamboa. But as Larry said, and I expect soon he's going to have to take some risks, because he's not going to be able to box this guy like this from this position all night. And Christina, who spent some time with Terrence this week, in spite of the crowd and the reaction that Crawford has, he's perfectly comfortable in doing exactly what he's doing.
Good hard jab by Crawford.
Almost buckled the legs of Gamboa.
I think Gamboa got a little surprised by the pop in that hand.
Red trim on the trunks of Yurikis Gamboa from Cuba.
A lot of the questions early was how if Gamboa was going to have any ring rust. You know, it's been a year since he's been in the ring and only twice in the last 2 years. So not too much of that showing early, Colonel. I think he's looking okay out there, but that was a big question that a lot of fight fans had coming into this match, was if it was going to show little rust.
Well, it's early to note, you know, but veteran fighter spends a lot of time in the gym. Maybe not so much.
But at this distance, Crawford can outbox him all night like this. Gamboa is trying to take some shots to come on the inside.
Yeah, he's trying to use some smart aggression. Go in and out, use his quickness.
It's a light left hook upstairs that time, does Gamboa. Gamboa as a featherweight, nothing short of sensational. Now going from 126 to 135, big difference, especially with the height difference that Crawford has. But Gamboa has been fighting taller guys almost his whole career, so he should know how to handle it. But Crawford is not just an average lightweight. He's a lightweight champion with a lot of skills.
And a big lightweight. His team speaking somewhat candidly, but it was a little tough for him making 135 this time around, Colonel.
Yeah, talked that Bob Arum talked about him wanting to go, or at least the promoter wanting him to go to 140. But all of that's academic right now. And a little rough on the inside there. And Gino says no. And Boa gives him the bow. Ternus loads up the right. You saw what happened, whistling past the ear.
There's an example, Colonel, that I was talking about earlier, that when a fighter suddenly needs somebody who might be a little quicker than him, or as quick, you know, suddenly the picture changes. Good right hand on the inside, but didn't hurt Gamboa.
Gamboa landed some flush shots in there too.
Crawford elects to go for a southpaw for a couple of seconds, and he gets whacked.
Yep. Gamboa is beating him to the punch.
Literally.
Gamboa lands a light right and then a decent left hand. And this left-handed style, to me, is not working for Ternus right now.
Gamboa has seen a lot of left-handed punches in his day.
Cheekbones a little bit puffy on the face of Gamboa so far. Decent left hand landed by Gamboa. I think Ternus is better defensively when he fights right-handed.
Gamboa having a really good round. Landed another solid punch there.
Can a fighter who comes from a place where fighters are not usually don't usually come from beat a fighter who comes from a place where a lot of good fighters come from, irrespective of their individual standings in the place? That, you know, Gamboa's been around the block in a culture that has boxing deeply embedded in it in Cuba.
I'll tell you, even though Crawford trains sometimes as a southpaw, oftentimes as a southpaw, his punches aren't as powerful when he fights in this manner, and he's getting hit more. As that right hand by Gamboa. Ternus doesn't look as good boxing as a southpaw as he does as a right-handed fighter. He thinks that he has a lot more power in his left hand when he fights as a southpaw, and that's why he does it. And he gets nailed more.
Yeah, he's susceptible to that right hand of Gamboa every time he switches, Colonel.
Well, he's not switching. He's just fighting left-handed now.
This is a left hand get through, but did it shake Gamboa? Gamboa's on the assault, putting pressure still on the champion.
And he took Crawford's punch really well in there. Crawford landed a solid shot.
And that was a question, too, coming into the fight, Larry, was Gamboa's chin. It's been a question.
Well, he's been down 6 times in his career, but he's always come off the canvas. 2 undefeated fighters.
Identical records, identical knockout percentage.
Little welt alongside the right eye of Gamboa.
He's had that puffy cheek for a couple of rounds now.
Good little right hand hook by Crawford.
Crawford walks him back on his heels. Gamboa doesn't like it. Remember, Ternus said when he fights as a southpaw, he feels like he has more power with his left, but he's not landing many lefts.
I think Ternus needs to go back to using the jab a little bit more, keeping that distance.
Now he's trying to figure this guy out. He's not touching him when he's jabbing as a southpaw, as this kid Gamboa is very quick on his feet and with his hands.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he staggered and dropped him with the left hand. He hurt him with the right, and the left hand dropped him. Now, how about that?
And the roof is about to blow in this place, Colonel.
Gamboa got a little too reckless.
Well, you said he was going to have to at some stage, and he's real reckless now, but his legs aren't there. Ternus touches him up with a pretty good jab, whacks him with the left hand, downstairs, loads up with the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting back valiantly, but is he hurt, as you say?
He is hurt. Trying to hang on. Ternus imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Gamboa is staggering. Slides to his right, nail with another right hand. He's ready to go again, but we're out of time in the 5th round. Nails him again. He's back on his heels. Listen to the crowd.
No smile on Gamboa's lips at the end of this round.
Great round for Terrence. Beautiful, and Gamboa saved by the bell. And I still expect Terrence to be cautious in a way and be patient. I don't expect him to get out of his style.
Is Terrence back as a southpaw again?
Well, you and I have discussed this southpaw stuff ad nauseum, but he made it work for him.
Yes, he did. And here's Gamboa, who was down for the 7th time in his career in the 5th round. His legs aren't 100% just yet. Like Gamboa is throwing caution to the wind. He's trying to nail this guy.
Yeah, he's showing us what he's made of.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Whether he can weather this kid or not, he is showing us that he's got some.
He got cracked by a good.
You don't get to be as good as him over such a long period of time with not having a lot of fortitude.
Well, he's got that for sure. His legs still aren't there, and we're almost 2 minutes into this 6th round.
Very flat-footed. I was just going to say that, Colonel. Still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
He's not just looking shaky. He is shaky, Christina. And I don't think Terrence realizes that he's still in trouble. Now he gets up on his toes a little bit and bounces around. Almost his left knee buckled underneath him. Talking about Gamboa. Gamboa gets there with another straight left hand that time. 35 seconds to go in the round. Crawford boxing nicely as a southpaw now. Crawford trying to pot shot him and catch him. Right hand has been effective. Gamboa continues to slip. Step on each other's front feet. Gamboa's doing a lot of slipping, and it's his own corner's own fault because, I mean, we describe his trunks are a bathing suit right now. They're dripping that much, folks. And he's distracted by it because he keeps looking down. Gamboa's legs are totally back, so whatever they've done in the corner, he's revived. And as they say that, he gets whacked.
Well, as you pointed out, Colonel, he's been looking down, and when he looked down, Crawford popped him. As Gamboa has stopped being aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think he's thrown a punch this round, Larry.
You know, it's one punch at a time, hoping something happened and making something happen. but you can't count him out. Crawford's never been in with somebody like this, and until he does it, he hasn't done it.
Yeah, and by the way, with all that said, there's only 2 points in my score sheet separating the two fighters, and the whole difference in the fight is the knockdown. Back in the 5th round. So while the crowd in attendance is going virtually nuts, I don't know how far ahead Crawford really is on the score sheets. He's ahead.
Well, I don't know if there's a if there's necessarily going to be a hometown advantage, but there shouldn't be a hometown disadvantage, and he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Oh, here's Gambora in the process of landing some shots. Now, he dropped him, hit him with the right hand and the left hand, and the knee went down.
As soon as Gambora got offensive, Crawford dropped him again.
But you said that he'd take risks, and he had to take risks, and it hurt him. So Gambora has been down twice in the fight now, but that changes the whole complexion of the fight right now, because Gambora is still on his feet. There's not a lot of time left in this 8th round. There he is again, and he got hurt again as Gambora was throwing his shoe-shine punches. Crawford blasted him one more time.
Crawford showing his chin at 2. Every time Gambora comes in and hits him with something, Gambora seems to get some confidence. Terrence comes right back. And
well, Gambora has to know now that he's got to make something happen.
Well, he's got to throw all caution to the wind. If he gets stopped, he gets stopped, but he can't win without, as you say, taking a lot of risks now. Being knocked down twice, he knows he's behind, no matter what happened in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. Actually, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right hand landed, and now Crawford's going back to conventional. He lands an uppercut.
Solid uppercut. Crawford looks a little off balance right now. Did he get hit by something in there?
No, he just switched. There he did switch it in mid-course, because that right hook from the left-handed position has been a very imposing weapon for him.
I don't know, Colonel. Terrence's legs look a little wobbly right now. They do look a little
I agree with you, Christine.
Yeah.
I think he get hit by something.
I would have to agree.
And he might have been caught in the switch, and that can happen no matter how skilled you are at changing.
Well, I'm not sure what happened either, but when he went back to the corner after the last round, he looked a little tired to me. The intensity of this fight on a young fighter who hasn't experienced it before and whose emotions must be running very high can take a lot out of you. We'll see if he has the composure, the skill, the will.
His legs, Larry, don't look to me like they look. And he makes a big mistake by turning his back. He's lucky he wasn't clubbed behind the head, because Gambora is a fighter. He's been down twice in the fight, and it's my belief that he hurt Terrence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. Hey, Crawford cracked him again and straightened out the right leg of Gambora. He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook. So if Gambora is tough and Crawford would hurt, how about that? 27, 26 seconds. He still has time to finish him off. 22 seconds, he's back at him. Gamboa's totally out on his feet. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quitting Gambora. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terrence Crawford has stopped Yurkis Gambora to defend his title in his hometown.
Terrence Crawford has become an American star.
This is Terrence Crawford's coming out party in his own backyard.
Well,
he knocked him down.
We questioned whether, even though Crawford had scored 2 knockdowns, we questioned what was going on with him. And he showed that he has some bottom and bottle to be a real champion.
The winner by knockout victory, the fighting pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, still WBO lightweight champion